この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
With Surfshark VPN, you can change your computer's location to view hidden content, like shout factories, tokushoutsu, that will help you to catch up to Hurricaneger. And you can even watch every single Ultra show from Ultra Q to Ultraman Rube. You also can use Surfshark VPN on many other streaming services like Netflix. Like King Ohger's, Surfshark VPN has multiple important components. It encrypts your internet activities, so no one can track or steal your data, because you don't want some alien crime boss to steal your data and then sell it to some suit named John Toy or something. You also can change your IP address to hide your location and avoid tracking, protecting your data and privacy while using public Wi-Fi or networks that you don't trust. Keep your digital freedom while traveling to internet-restricted countries. You can also set up one Surfshark VPN account and use it on an unlimited number of devices. And for $2.30 a month, not including tax, for the 2-year plan, which comes with an 82% discount that also grants you 2 additional months for free. You can also get Surfshark's amazing bundle that contains not only the award-winning VPN, but also the great antivirus, search, and alert. And for $41.88, not including tax, by using the link down below, that not only helps you to stay protected while surfing the web, but also help this channel out. So, I want to thank Surfshark for sponsoring today's video, and now to your regular scheduled programming. We finally discovered what happened to tofu at the time of the Fury of the Gods. All of the crops were burned, and the king at the time, and from what it looks like it's not Daiboski's dad, kept all the food for himself. And a lot of people in Tofu died from starvation. But a young Daiboski led a rebellion that overthrew the king, and installed Daiboski as the new king. After the Fury of the Gods, Daiboski asked for help from Hercules, where he gave Tofu the Demi-Shu gods to help Tofu recover. In exchange, Daiboski would give his only family that he has left, his sister, to Hercules as his future fiancée. It was really cool to hear how Daiboski became king, and now it makes more sense why he cares about his people so much, because he was one of them, because Daiboski has their perspective still. And it's interesting to see how much advanced Terra is, at least technology wise, but they still look at helping people in a very archaic way. With Hercules helping Daiboski, Hercules gets Suzume, Daiboski's sister. But I still am kind of interested why he really wanted her. Is it kind of a trump card that would be a thing later on in this episode where he kind of uses her, but I'm not fully sure about it? Or Hercules straight up wanted to just make a power couple that could genuinely in one point can control both Tofu and Shogodam at the same time. All of that was said to Jeremy by Daiboski's retainer to pretty much make him give in and meet with Hercules, which after he heard about Suzume, he agrees to meet with him. And straight after his meeting in Tofu, he goes to the other kings, where we see that he actually learned something from last week's episode, where he pretty much tells them about Suzume, without reading between the lines, without subcontext. Nice! Nice, Jeremy! You learned something. Congratulations! So the entire team goes to Shogodam to devise a plan to rescue Suzume as a bug taxi to climb to where Suzume is being held and rescue her. The problem is, they gave Gira that mission, so he somehow fucks it up and scares Suzume, which brings Hercules, Daiboski, and Jeremy to her room. I really did like the comedy beat with the recurring character Hat Guy, but I truly like that the show hasn't forgotten about the kids from the orphanage, which was kind of sad to see them trying to play with the little girl, and she's like, I don't know how to play the evil king, and she was like really sad because Gira isn't there. That was like really touching. Again, it's reminding us that yeah, Gira is a part of the show, and Gira's kind of kid friends are still characters that in one point would pretty much return to the forefront when Gira is going to be the main focus again. Well, the reason that Rakeles wants to talk to Jeremy is for him to organize a meeting with Defnorok to agree on a peace deal, but just with Shogadam. Jeremy does try to help Daiboski with releasing his sister, but Rakeles doesn't really agree to Jeremy's term. And when they go to Suzume's room, it looks like Suzume is head over heels in love with Rakeles. Daiboski looks like he doesn't fully accept it, and Jeremy is just confused, and Rakeles doesn't know what to do. This is where Rakeles offers to Daiboski to give up Tofu as an independent state and to be a part of Shugadam. Rakeles's want for peace between the Bagnarok and Shugadam is a pretty powerful ace to hold for him, because Rakeles in one point can try to make Shogadam the only independent state in Terra. And I really liked how Suzume tries to play that she's in love with Rakeles, and Jeremy's facial expressions were genuinely funny. The other kings hear about Rakeles's plan because Gira was still in the room. They try to discuss it with Rakeles, but he objects to their talks about the peace plan between the humans in Shogadam and the Bagnarok, because their alliance is gone. This is where Rakeles puts Daiboski in a tight situation, pretty much making him choose between his quote-unquote teammate or peace, but giving up on his independence, and Daiboski chose peace. That scene was amazing, showing Rakeles like he was in the beginning, a great old piece of shit that doesn't care about it, and I absolutely loved it. But none of it matters right now, because Black Norak's son is in Shogadam, attacking the people. Daiboski goes alone and fights it, and after Gira escapes Suzume's room, he joins him. Black Norak grows large, and Jeremy summons God Tarantula and transforms it to Tarantula Knight, which sadly defeats the Black Norak son. All the fight scenes were great, in some exceptions, specifically the Tarantula Knight fight, mainly because of the very iffy CG, because the entire robo looks like CG, none of it looks like an actual suit. But yeah, the little bit of fight scenes we got in Shogunam was great. In the end of the episode, we see Suzume declaring her want to defend Tofu no matter what. The episode truly ends with the beginning of the meeting between Defnorok and Rakeles. Oh boy, I'm excited. I am truly excited for next week's episode. So yeah, what you thought about this week's King Ohger? Comment below, let me know. I want to thank Surfshark for sponsoring my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you didn't. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.